The Monstrous misunderstood Max. The yellow star of Alpha Leporis was a bustling hub of rude monster activity, and at the center of it all was the infamous Max, a red, hairy creature with a big purple nose and a reputation for causing chaos wherever he went. From an early age, Max had struggled to fit in with his rude monster family. He was constantly at odds with his parents and siblings, often lashing out in bursts of monstrous fury over the smallest things. Whether it was complaining about the food, demanding human snacks, or throwing temper tantrums, Max's behavior was a constant source of frustration and embarrassment for his kin. "That Max is nothing but trouble," his mother would grumble, her sharp fangs bared in a snarl. "If he doesn't learn to control himself, he's never going to make it in this world." But what his family didn't understand was that Max's outbursts were not just the result of simple mischief or stubbornness. Underneath his rough exterior, the young monster was struggling with a deep sense of anxiety and poor emotional regulation. You see, Max was different from the other monsters on Alpha Leporis. He had a restless energy and a wild imagination that set him apart from his more grounded, practical family members. While they were content to follow the same old routines and traditions, Max yearned for excitement, adventure, and the forbidden allure of the human world. This desire to explore the unknown, coupled with his difficulty in expressing his feelings, often led to Max lashing out in anger or frustration. He couldn't understand why his family didn't share his fascination with the human realm, and the constant pressure to conform to their expectations only served to exacerbate his anxiety. As a result, Max became a target for bullying and ridicule among his peers. The other monsters would mock his strange behavior, tease him about his appearance, and exclude him from their social circles. And every time he tried to stand up for himself, he would only end up making the situation worse, his temper flaring and his monstrous tantrum erupting. Deep down, Max just wanted to be accepted and understood. He yearned for a safe space where he could explore his interests and express his emotions without fear of judgment or punishment. But in the harsh, judgmental world of Alpha Leporis, that kind of understanding was hard to come by. So, Max continued to act out, his monstrous antics becoming increasingly bold and reckless. He would venture to Earth, causing chaos and mayhem in a desperate attempt to find the excitement and acceptance he craved. And when he returned home, he would face the wrath of his frustrated family, further fueling his anxiety and resentment. It was a vicious cycle, one that threatened to consume Max and tear his family apart. But as he grew older, the young monster began to realize that the true path to happiness and fulfillment lay not in causing chaos, but in learning to understand and manage his own emotions. With the help of a wise and patient mentor, Max began to explore techniques for self-regulation and emotional expression. He learned to recognize the warning signs of his monstrous outbursts and to find constructive ways to channel his restless energy. And as he grew more comfortable with himself, Max also began to reach out to his family, seeking to bridge the gap that had once seemed insurmountable. Slowly but surely, his parents and siblings started to see the sensitive, creative soul that lay beneath the monstrous facade, and they began to offer the support and understanding that Max had been craving all along. It was a long and difficult journey, but in the end, Max's story serves as a powerful reminder that even the most seemingly monstrous individuals are often struggling with their own inner demons. With patience, compassion, and a willingness to understand, we can help them find their way to a brighter, more fulfilling future. And who knows, maybe one day, Max will even be able to visit Earth without causing too much chaos and mayhem. After all, with a little self-control and a lot of love, even the most reckless of monsters can learn to navigate the world with a bit more grace and understanding. The end, for now.
He's a monster, monster.